Released in 1991, Ship of Horror is the second Ravenloft adventure module to be published. Written by Anne Brown with interior art by Stephen Fabian and a cover by Clyde Caldwell. Clocking in at 63 pages and includes a full-size poster map and a gatefold cover. It is for 4 to 6 players, levels 8 through 10. It is also the fourth module in the Hexad series. The story revolves around players finding passage on a ship which turns out to be haunted by several ghosts. By solving the mystery of the hauntings, the players are led to a murder mystery on an island where they discover the true villain and seek to defeat him on yet another island. The first act of the adventure is the Ocean Voyage, which takes place on the ghost ship. This is where the bulk of the module focuses on and is done really well. The captain of the ship was paid to transport bodies for burial, but he dumped them in the ocean instead, so the spirits haunt the ship and the players must learn how to appease the spirits so they can finally be put to rest. The second act, the players learn that the ghosts were murdered by a prominent family on the Isle of Graven. So the players travel there and solve the mystery of who murdered the spirits and why. Third act is a dungeon crawl on the island of Todston, where the players encounter the Dark Lord Meridoth, who is revealed to be behind the events. I have always found myself to be disappointed in Ship of Horror. The 3 different acts don't mesh well, and you tell that most of the effort put into this module was solely focused on the ghost ship, with the second and third acts feeling tacked on. This very much feels like, hey, we forgot to put a ghost ship in the Ravenloft core set, so let's put one in this module. I think what really got me upset was the new Dark Lord and his domain. There were so many domains just skipped over in the core set, a new one was not needed. And the domain itself is not very good. It consists a part of the sea, the island of Graven, which is one small village, and the island of Todston, which is inhabited only by the Dark Lord. The domain as a whole is not well detailed nor fleshed out in any meaningful way inside Ship of Horrors. The same can be said, unfortunately, for the new Dark Lord Meridoth. He's just an evil necromancer. Not much history or personality is given to him, and he is rather boring. The Domain of Dread core book, released about 6 years later, would give Meridoth and his domain an upgrade and establish he is from the Mysteria campaign setting of all places. But as crazy as it would seem, I do have to recommend this module. Being part of the Hexad series, it is very important. The sea voyage on the ghost ship is done very well and does have a strong Ravenloft atmosphere. A DM will have to tinker with the second and third acts, but if you have the Domains of Dread core set, it will help flesh out the Dark Lord and his domain. Just make sure you get this one for cheap. Horrible hauntings, cruel curses, dark secrets. This is no pleasure cruise. The Mists of Ravenloft know no boundaries and observe no rules. One way or another, they always get what they want. This time with some help from a cursed captain and his ship. Player characters boarding an innocent-looking ship will soon find themselves aboard a haunted vessel, destined for an island inhabited by a new form of undead creatures. But that's not the end of the horror. An evil necromancer lies at the root of the evil on the island. The battle isn't over until he's been defeated. Ship of Horror is an adventure set in Ravenloft with 2 beginnings, one for PCs already in Ravenloft, and one for DMs looking for a way to push his PCs into Ravenloft from other worlds. The adventure includes 3 new monsters, new spells, several handouts handy for distribution to players. Ship of Horror is an adventure for 4 to 6 players of levels 8 through 10 looking for grisly chills and thrills.